this is my life, obviously. So I was born on April 13th, 1994. Funny fact is that I was born on 4 pounds, 13 ounces on 4/13. So it was very tiny. And I was born in the suburb of New York City, 20 minutes out of New York, in Westchester. And throughout my life, I've loved entertainment. Everything Disney, I'm obsessed. Like, I've gone to Disney World, Disneyland. I love really anything television as well. You can see me, that's all I'm doing is on every single social media site. I'm tweeting about every show, and I'm obsessed. So actually, I just got into the Disney College program, but I have to turn it down. So it's very sad. But I also had as well some learning disabilities throughout high school, college, elementary school, middle school, as well as many medical issues and anxiety. But so I've dealt with a lot of challenges. Of course, social life, I guess for everybody it's a hard time meeting new people, getting into groups. Like usually in my high school, it's very tiny. We knew everybody since elementary school, so there were many cliques and there was the fast crowd. More of the people who did like more math and science, and I was kind of on the outside. So by 8th grade, I was just a little just kind of breezing my way through. So I wasn't as integrated in high school. So my senior year, I went to a place called Walkabout, which is a program for kids who have some learning disabilities or they're not really fitting into their high school. And so that was a great experience for me. We did, instead of gym, we did camping for a week in the Adirondacks and in the Catskills, as well as getting volunteer experience and internship experience. So that led me to be able to get like my great internships through high school, college, and now. As well as having anxiety. You know, it's always an issue for me, like right now. My heart beating really fast. But so for anxiety, I had a really hard time with that. I was nervous before exams, going into new situations, as well as going even to the lunchroom. I had a hard time. I was staring everywhere, and I was freaking out. So I left, and I usually see in the library doing homework. So then that also led to school and learning disabilities. So I have a moderate to severe hearing loss in my right ear. Can't see as well. I have some thoughts, so I can't really remember. I have a word issue, so if I'm thinking of a word, I can't exactly. And maybe I'll find out an hour later what I was gonna say. But otherwise, so that, as well as doing the essays, remembering math, and as the Andrew brought before with the fatigue. So by the end of the day, with my classes, my last one I believe was math or science, I got tired listening to everybody just talking all day. Because my hearing, I was just I was done. So I was just out of it by the end of the day. And so while most people can grasp what they're learning by the end, they're still wide awake, I'm done today. And then getting around. I'm surprised I can get anywhere in my city. I got lost at my 8th grade graduation. So definitely getting around is hard because I drive. I got into 2 accidents by the time I turned 20. Went over a cliff. So, but I landed on the wheels and our car still drives. But with the support, it's always helpful. My mom always comes with me to everything. I drag her around. We fight as usual, parents and children do. But it's always nice, and as well as my stepdad, who acts like a child. So he keeps me happy and everything. As well as if you have a pet, they're the perfect comfort because they're always there to talk to you. They're not exactly a therapist for you, but you can just say anything you want to their face and they'll listen. They just lick your face and cuddle. As well as having therapist didn't as much work for me. I went through DBT, which is dialectical behavioral therapy, in high school for my depression and anxiety, and that wasn't the greatest for me. I feel I'm obviously happy talking about myself a lot, but after a while it gets kind of boring. So I kind of didn't do that as much, but as well as having doctors who told me I wasn't diagnosed till I was 17 for this, so I wanted to know about my future children, as I guess now I'm wondering as I'm 22. So then they helped me as well find out okay, so I have minor scoliosis, I have a heart defect that I've had. I have a coloboma pupil, which makes it look like a key in the eye, as well as having other issues with health and everything. And then through high school and college, I had school services, which do help a lot, as I said yesterday, with the teens and young adults. having your professors and a great relationship with like teachers, professors, and is being able to just like go talk to them if you have a question. It's always great because you don't want to fall behind. You want to show them that you're trying. Even though you have a learning disability, you're pushing through and you're not letting anything like get in the way. So in high school, some people, or middle school, some people have resource room, which is when you can go, they help you with essays, studying skills, which is how I learned to study really well from note cards and memorization. Same for in college. I actually went through two different colleges. First year, I wasn't exactly ready. You're not always ready the first year. So I went to a community college in my town. So we had a writing center and a math center. And I said, math isn't for me. I don't memorize math. I'm not going to do math as a career. I'm going to hire someone to do my math. So they definitely help a lot. So definitely works. Same as writing. I can write tiny poems. I've done a class, I've written scripts. But otherwise, for writing, for long things, I'm like fluff. Fluffing it up. Yeah. So as I discussed before, teachers and professors. My senior year, I took 3 really hard classes. I did a film class, I did a television writing class, and I did a whole class on The Godfather. You like that whole thing, as well as taking also a theater class for my major, which was film and screen studies. So that was a lot for me. I though balanced it out through years of having over the summer. I always did an internship, and I also did classes over the summer online, and I did it in school. So they helped a lot. Two of my professors I got to know really well, and they really helped me in the future just be able to like learn from them and just grow as a person. So here are my success. So I actually graduated 6 months ago with a 3.5 GPA. So I actually lived in a dorm independently. My first year of living independently, it was we have 2 campuses at my university. So we had one near my town. So I lived by myself with a few other people in my own room. And then for my senior year, I lived in the city in one of the highest dorms in New York. It was the first year it was built. And it's always good to advocate for yourself because I did not like living with people. I was at the end of the day, I was like, I'm done, I'm tired, I want to watch my own TV shows, go on the computer, do whatever I want. So it's definitely, I use my medical disability for that because it is great being able to have your own room, having your space, and not having being around other people all the time. Because you get bored. And not bored, but you kind of get tired of listening to people whenever they want to leave up, or if they have friends over. It's nice to just be in your own space, so I definitely use that your disability for that, because that's a good thing. That you can have your own room, very nice, as well as having internships. I started internships in high school. I've done a lot, about like 5 or 6. I'm actually doing one right now for a documentary filmmaker, as well. So I worked at the Paley Center in New York, which is a television archive center. So definitely my social media skills, which I've had before, which I mentioned before, which I use Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, literally everything. Snapchat definitely helps a lot. Same as social media, which is a social media firm in the city, and I had 3 clients. So that was a big one for me because I need to remember a lot, deal with a lot of going fast paced. You need to know yourself. I'm okay with fast, but I have to do something the same again and again. I can't do like a whole different schedule and have them just like pop out. Like, okay, we're doing this today. I have no idea what to do. So definitely, I was where I want to be for all my target career-related organizations as well. So right now, was working part-time for the front desk at a sports club, but now I'm going to be doing 2 part-times at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. My boss, Bernice Morrow, actually went to the conference in Italy. She did, at our clinic, we're creating a clinic to be open in January for 22Q itself, as well as we're doing a study we're starting for ages 6 through 18, as well as 18 through 30. If any of you guys want to talk to me after about it, we'll pay for your transportation. Sure. And it's you learn a lot about how you're thinking if you have 22Q, what exactly is going on in your brain today. And so I'm also going to be doing a part-time at a sports store, doing their web publishing, so it's definitely I've definitely sent my resumes out. I've gotten my confidence up. It always helps when they're like, oh, you're doing a great job, or you're doing really well, doing this, like, getting gratification for what you're doing. It only makes you feel better. So it's like, despite my learning disabilities and my, like, all my issues that I have, I'm, like, pushing myself to, like, go the farthest I can go. I always think about the next best thing to do. And how do I do this? Well, I'm persistent. I will fight. I will, if I have something on my mind, I will not stop till I'm done with it. As well as being optimistic, motivated, being happy. As well as outgoing, as you guys see, I'm up here. Well, I really want to do this last year, but I love speaking to new people and getting to know everybody. I will go up to you and just start talking. Just listen. As well as being very focused. So, as I said, I will stay on one topic and just go for it, and just like finish. And I'm daring, so I literally will do anything. I will jump off a bridge, do bungee jumping. I will do lots. And a piece of advice is to not let anything stop you, because you're gonna succeed and just like shoot for the stars.